Hi everyone and welcome back to Grumpy Monkey Trading. My name is Michael. On the show today is another BananaRama round where we take a look at Kramer's Mad Money Lightning Round stocks and we do some stock charting analysis on them, see what's going on. If you've been paying attention to the show, you may have realized that I've been away for a couple of weeks. I had some family in town, but I also had the start of my master's program, so I'm now learning the art of balancing masters, work, family, and then hobbies sprinkled in somewhere in there. So that's been a challenge, but I think I'm getting the hang of it now. So I wanted to start back with the Grumpy Monkey stuff. I'm certainly going to keep developing it. I also took that time to spend looking into binary options a little bit more. Hopefully want to learn it to the point that I can start trading in it, and also providing some videos on that and my experiences, because there's a lot of shitty videos out there, or at least a lot of self-serving videos. So give like the baseline explanation, and that's something I'd like to do more of as well, is more fundamental kind of help, so that you guys, when you go and make your own trading decisions, you can use these videos as educational tools to help you do it. So with that, let us start the show. All right, our first stock of the day is Kroger KR. Kramer says everybody thinks it's a good stock, and that's really the issue. It's the place to hide. I thought it was a good stock, and you thought it was a good stock. The fact that it's a good company, but all stocks are down right now. It just has to be until we get some clarity from the Fed. My checklist is driving all stocks down right now, and I'm not going to get in front of them, other than to say that I think that Kroger is a great company, and one day the market will come to its senses. Woo! That's a mouthful even from him. If we look at the chart, which is something that I want to get back to, doing simplified charting analysis, not adding all that analyst information that I started to do before, getting back to simplified charts so that when you look at a stock, you can make simple deductions very quickly and help inform yourself as to whether you want to get into the stock right now or wait a little bit. So for Kroger, we can actually get a really simple picture by just following the stock chart and drawing some simple support and resistance lines. That's the most important thing you can learn, is just drawing simple support and resistance. So looking at this chart, we can see it's going sideways. It hasn't really gone anywhere in a 6-month time period, right? We've gone basically sideways. We had an up period and a down period, but we're still in a recovery mode. But there's some positives to take away from this. So we've been going sideways, but this past week we busted through 2 upper resistance lines that were previous support. So the things that were previously supporting us, we broke through, and now we've actually regained traction on medium volume. That is a positive. I would expect that probably next week we're going to test some of this, but if we can, then it would be a nice pop-up probably to the 40 region, and that a true breakout will not occur until we break this upper resistance line. And then once we break that upper resistance line, then we got to break the double top over here and break the 42 before we'd have a breakout above that. On the downside, again, going below 38 would be the scary mark. But based on this upward ascending pattern of the RSI as well as some stochastics, it seems like we're moving in a nicely trending upwards direction. PSX Phillips 66. Kramer says we're going to say don't buy. Why? We're not going to recommending any fossil fuel stocks right now. We're just not going to. They're just too hard right now. If we look at the stock chart, we can see that it had a nice volume gain on Friday, bringing it up almost to this upper resistance line here. That was a volume that has not been seen in quite some time, probably back to the middle of September for an oil stock, which is quite nice. The oil market had a bit of a rebound there. However, it is in this symmetrical pattern, and we'll need to plow through this upper resistance line to really say that we have any sort of meaningful traction. The risk here is that it comes back and then hits this 75, 76 support line, plows through that, and then we are away to the races on the downside. There's also some concern here that this is a shoulder, this is a head, and that we're making another shoulder, setting ourselves up for a bigger fall. However, if it can plow through this, that could be a nice short-term gain up to at least 85, and if it blew through that, then no head and shoulders. So cautiously optimistic for a short-term gain with long-term negativity. Amira Nature Foods, ANFI. Kramer says, I remember when this thing went public and I was kind of interested, but we have to go back because I have to do a new review of Hain, White Wave, Amira, UNFI, because the group has been killed. Why? Because of the actions of Whole Foods. the really expensive asparagus water sewered the whole entire group. I'm not really sure what he's talking about with this group, though, because we have actually some fairly positive action past the crash in August. So we had this plummet. Now we're in this nicely ascending, gentle channel, basically, of positivity. So we popped out of it a couple of times, and we've popped back in, and we popped below it a couple of times, but we popped back in. So really, that's the risk side, is that any sort of pronounced trend away from this channel would be an item of concern. And it looks like we are starting to hit an upper resistance line. So this one has been established. To develop into a new exciting upwards trend, it would have to break through that with volume. Otherwise, at least we're doomed to this channel with the risk side being below it, particularly if it's impacted by news even of Whole Foods. Hey everyone, sometimes you're just defeated by technology, as my computer crashed there a moment ago. I'm going to call it a night. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you again next week.